I need your help me, please subscribe my channel. My husband sprinted toward her, fear twisting his face into something unrecognizable. I stood frozen. That scream, it rang in my ears like an omen I'd chosen to ignore for far too long. When he returned, it wasn't only with panic. He came back with the police. And in that instant, the delicate illusion of my life shattered. Now I sit alone in the stillness of my apartment, replaying every moment. The deception, the precision, the revenge. It started years ago, the day I met him. I believed in grand gestures, candlelit dinners, whispered promises, vacations that felt eternal, though they lasted only 2 weeks. He was magnetic, attentive, brilliant in the way he made me feel seen. I handed him my trust, my world, and above all, my daughter. The first doubts came quietly. The glances he cast at certain women. The late-night business calls that always ended in silence. I brushed them aside. I forgave the cold pauses, the harmless lies. I told myself that love meant faith, that betrayal belonged to other people. But the fractures widened until they couldn't be ignored. Forgotten anniversaries, missing receipts, a suspicious message left open on his phone. And then that night I saw it. Her name, not just a name, but a blueprint. A life running parallel to ours. My heart didn't explode. It broke carefully, quietly, piece by piece. Yet I didn't shout. I didn't confront him. I prepared. I learned to move unseen. I observed. I recorded. I archived every trace, every digital imprint. I built a silent armory of truth. By the time the hospital doors closed behind my husband and my daughter, I was ready. Because his betrayal wasn't only emotional. It was legal, financial, and social. And I had the one weapon he lacked. Patience. The first step was quiet. I hosted gatherings, friends, co-workers, even his family. I scattered clues like crumbs. A misplaced bank slip, a casually dropped comment. I smiled, listened, nodded, every gesture rehearsed, every reaction intentional. I watched him unravel without realizing I was documenting every move, every lie, every transaction. I reached out to lawyers, not for threats, but to craft inevitability. I didn't crave anger. I needed leverage. And I had it. I only had to wait. Then came the confrontation. Not at the hospital, not amid shouts, but in the one place he felt untouchable, his office, a room packed with colleagues, legal documents in hand. I remained calm, controlled. He blinked, uncertain, his voice unsteady for the first time in our marriage. I know everything, I said quietly. It wasn't an accusation, just truth. His eyes darted, searching for an escape that didn't exist. Every deceit, every betrayal, every secret, exposed. He tried to talk, deny, manipulate, but the proof was absolute. Emails, transfers, testimonies, all assembled into a snare he had designed for me, only to be caught himself. The room shifted uneasily. The silence was suffocating. Then came the slow dismantling, the deliberate humiliation. I laid out the evidence of his thefts, the hidden accounts, the forged contracts. Step by step, he understood his empire was a fragile illusion, and I was the one holding the final breath of wind. I left him with nothing but the truth, stripped of his mask, his pride, his power, and I walked away. No shouting, no collapse, only the echo of my heels striking the polished floor, each step a sound of freedom in a space he no longer ruled. Back home, I held my daughter. Her eyes were healing, her trust untouched. I told her stories, ones about strength, quiet triumphs, survival. I never told her everything. She didn't need the darkness, only the light I'd fought to preserve. I replay that birthday again and again, not for the pain, but for the awakening. The moment his betrayal became my catalyst, not my cage. My revenge wasn't born of cruelty. It was about certainty, precision, justice. He had tried to blind us with deceit, but I had opened my eyes. I had waited, planned, executed, with the patience of a storm biding its time. And when it finally broke, it wasn't chaos. It was clarity. Now I'm free, not through chance, not through luck, but through the careful architecture of my will. And each time my daughter smiles, I'm reminded some victories don't need to be loud. The quiet ones echo longest.